Hello, 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 chat room. It's B, the streamer that's streaming right now. One of many, but also the only one of my kind. Here I am. We're here to do our monthly chatting stream and to play some games afterwards. So, welcome. Let's flip to the screen, and I probably have said this every month. It's scuffed this time, guys. It's always scuffed. It's always scuffed, but let's go. Doop. So here we are. I actually did not show the normal starting screen because it's broken. Also, our little guy drawing is broken. I'll explain why these things are broken later. So we have some topics, of course, as usual. But what is this that we're doing? This is my monthly chatting stream that is both a check-in with you all and a check-in with myself. Which is, I've realized, is what it's turned into in a way. But we share basically anything. This is just my chatting, like a chat-focused hangout kind of stream with you all. And we spend a little bit of that time looking at the streams that happened last month in case people weren't able to make it or were busy. They can always see what they missed during these catch-up streams. I felt like that was kind of a cool idea. So um, here we are. This is the fifth one because it's June now. So this is our fifth one ever. We've not missed one so far. I'm really trying to go a whole year without abandoning this project. Okay, I told myself it's 12 streams. How hard could it be? Yeah, so, but that being said, I think maybe we need to do a bit of a format change soon. I'm not so sure that I'm vibing with our current format, but that's only something that I could have discovered by trying it out and hanging out with you all. So I appreciate it, and let's keep trying to figure out how to make it cooler. Gita, what up? What up? What's up? How are you? Hope you're still having a good weekend. And as you know, we're just chatting and hanging out for a little bit today, and then we're going to be playing something later. It's a surprise. So hopefully it'll be cool. But welcome. Let's dive into our topics for this week that sounds like really official, but it's just me yapping about junk. The first thing on the list is my humidifier. I have a humidifier, and it's like a thing that you put water into and then it spits out water vapor, right, to help with the humidity. But about like once a month, it starts smelling so bad, guys. Really, really bad. Like my cat's breath, like fishy cat breath. It's terrible. And it happens like every month. And I do so originally it's because I wasn't cleaning it enough, and now I'm cleaning it every month and it still goes bad like once a month. I have these little ball things that I put in the tank to that's supposed to help keep it clean too, as well as flipping the filter in it every time I switch the water. But it seems like these filters that are supposed to last me 3 months always last me like 20 days. It sucks so much. And I just want to get rid of it, but I can't, because then when I do, I wake up feeling terrible. I think I'm going to need one for the rest of my life. And so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. I think if I had a real home, I think that's when you would like put something on your air conditioning, right? You'd get a humidifier for your whole home. Um, uh, I'm worried. Like basically, I want a different humidifier, but I'm worried to get a little one that'd be easier to clean because it's probably not gonna be strong enough. But these big ones are really annoying to clean. But you know, now that I've started to do it every month, it's like not such a process anymore. But you know, you have to take it apart and get some bleach water, and you're supposed to get some vinegar and stuff and wipe the scale out and clean it all out and blah blah blah. I don't know. I even saw people's reviews about the filters that I use. They like clean the filters, and I was like, what? I don't think they're supposed to be reusable like that. But people were saying that they bleach them and stuff, and I was like, what? That sounds like you're a good way to get bleach chlorine gas in your home as it gets humidified through your bleach soaked filter. But how else? How, you know, I don't know. Is it the water quality from where I live? Is it the air quality that's affecting it? My filters always turn this red color. It's such a not very exciting topic to talk about, but a very real adult moment. No, my humidifier sucks. It sucks. I'm looking over at it. I'm looking at it longingly right now. It is nice though. I usually have to fill it up once a day, and during the day, and then during nighttime. Also, it sucks because I'll say, hey, go to 30% humidity, and then it's like, okay, all right, we're at 29%. All right, we hit 30. I'm shutting off. And then like 5 seconds later, it's like, oh wait, we're at 29%. I'm turning back on. And then 2 more seconds later, it's like, oh, we're at 30. All right, I'm shutting off. And it'll do that for hours, unless I just turn it off. When I hear it doing that, I just go turn it off for a while. So that's also a sign that it's kind of crappy. Makes me wonder, is it like, is that messing with it somehow? I don't know. I don't know. It feels like I'm working on my computer again. This shit is feels stupidly complicated, even though I know it's not. I thought about maybe just pouring purified water in to my thing, but that would like double the amount of time it takes for me to fill it up every day. But if it extended the amount of the life of my filters, then maybe it'd be worth it. Anyways, all right, moving on. Moving on. I guess looking for humidifier recommendations. Maybe I should just buy the Sakura Miko Hololive branded Sharp humidifier that has her voice in it, even though it kind of weirds me out imagining Miko's trapped inside of my humidifier. Next. Next, yes, Figma. So do you guys know, or have you ever heard of Figma? I don't know how prevalent it is in the world outside of my career industry. But it's a program, it's a software called Figma. Just like how a lot of people know about Photoshop, even people that maybe don't even use computer at their job, they're aware of the existence of Photoshop. Um, Figma is not like that. So it's, I mean, at least not yet. But it's a web program that's basically, you know, you basically use it to design web programs and do digital work within. So I use it a lot for work, and I actually use it to make these presentations. Like one example of it making my life easier is I have our agenda on the side here, and I have that set up as something called a component. And within that component, I can copy it to all the other pages, all the other slides, and it will auto update on all of the slides if I make updates. But I can also go in and make unique updates to individual ones if I wanted to. That's just like an example of something cool that Figma can do versus Photoshop, which you could do what I just said in Photoshop with smart objects and whatnot, but it would be a little bit more complicated and probably take the program like forever to load. but it's actually getting an upgrade. Figma is, because I was looking into their latest conference that they had, talking about all the updates to the program and stuff. Lots of really cool stuff coming. Not sure how relevant it is to people that don't, use it in their career. But one, I wanted to share with you all because it's really neat. And two, I realized that we should try to do something with Figma on stream because it's a skill that I have. So why not try to incorporate it into the channel, right? That just kind of makes sense. So I was wondering though, like, what can we do? What we kind of just use it to make websites. At least that's what I use Figma for. So like, what websites do we make? It's kind of hard to just think of like, oh, let's make a website for what? Why? That's my advertising brain coming out though. You could just treat it as a piece of art and make a website to do anything, but I did have one idea already. I see no reason not to just say what it is now. So every year, Hololive English does an advent calendar, which if you don't know what that is, that's like a countdown to Christmas that starts in December, and I'm sure there's a deeper reason for its existence, but basically you can imagine you get a little calendar and it has days 1 through 31 or however many days are in December. Each day you open it up and you get a little present. When I was a kid, we got them maybe every year. We got them frequently, and they usually had chocolates inside of them. I'm pretty sure it was basically always just chocolates, and so that was kind of fun. I didn't really realize, it doesn't have to be candy. But what they do is they will have an Advent website, and they have videos and clips and just other things, short form content for people to enjoy. And if I remember right, the websites are always like fan made. And looking at them, I think, it would be a lot of fun to first of all, look at all the previous year's websites. Go and find some really high-end, professionally done ones that are way outside of our budget range, which is free, because I'd be working on it for free. And trying to come up with some wireframes together, some ideations and concepting for the website. Then maybe I'll do some of it off stream. Maybe we'll build it on stream together. And then we can post it for them to check out, hopefully. And with Figma's new updates. So the reason why I even bring it up now, because I thought about doing this before, but with Figma's updates, I would be in a better position to actually create and manage, like publish and maintain the website versus in previous years without this update, I would only be able to provide an example design for someone, and it would never look one-to-one. I just know. So this is a cool chance, a cool idea, I think, for me to combine two things that I already know about, Hololive and web design, and maybe make something unique. Even if it flops, I think it doesn't matter, because we got to keep trying things. So hopefully y'all will join us for that. Whenever that happens, I will be sure to let people know more in advance. So yeah. I'm also not against just making a silly meme website with everyone, but I don't know if I know what that could be. But owning websites are cheap, so, well, kind of. Next, the king of blueprints. That's me, not really, but some blueprints spoilers as I am about to start talking about the ending. even though what I will say is I don't understand the ending, so it's not that much of a spoiler. But yeah, spoiler warning for Blueprints. We did manage to beat it finally. It took me 41 days, 40 something days. 30 to 50 days for sure. I don't remember the amount, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good game. You know, when I first saw it, I was thinking, you know, puzzle roguelike game they sound counterintuitive. And in a way, it is kind of counterintuitive, but the way that they've managed to solve it is by saturating the game with tons and tons of clues, both clues related to actually beating the game and then clues to understanding the story of the game. And I don't know, I feel like I'll give them kudos for finding a good balance between the two. Because as much as it would be great for everyone to understand the deeper story in your game, not everyone will, and myself being included in this particular one. It was just something I decided not to try to distract myself with the backstory of the game, instead trying to just focus on the puzzles. But it seems like there is a decently powerful backstory going on within Blueprints, and even if you don't like that side of it, it's a fun kind of experimental game of different genres, so I think it's worth checking out. It has my recommendation for sure. And it was a lot of fun. So that whole playthrough is on YouTube now, and there was numerous parts of me trying to solve puzzles and then failing, and then we had two streams like back to back where I instantly just instantly made it to the chamber. We just kind of happened to have everything line up perfectly. Perfect roguelike kind of game. Look at me spoiling that the blue prince is actually the red prince. I honestly don't. Is that really what happened? Because I don't even understand that. I was thinking like, wait, so is he the same person, or like was that his brother? I thought he had a brother. That was kind of the vibe that I was getting. Was that you're the blue prince and you had a brother and your brother died, and it was but it's like, but why? Like what? It kind of falls apart. I don't know the story because I didn't bother to learn it. I'm sorry, Blueprints developers. Irek, also hello, man. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Where I failed at understanding Blueprints, we went the extra mile in understanding Dragon's Dogma 2. So I suppose there's a balance to all things. He heard once I'm blue, Barali Barada, and he decided to be blue. Inside and outside. His house with the windows and everything was blue. I hope that they come out with DLC for Blueprints. I think that they could do DLC, right? Like, I don't know. They could literally just be like, you get another letter and it tells you to drive to this cabin and there's like a whole new set of rooms or something. You know, easy DLC. Or like I was saying before, they could do like a time skip, like do a futuristic post-apocalyptic versions of all the rooms. But I just like post-apocalyptic aesthetic for some reason. All right, next, this one is here it is, guys. I gotta come clean about what happened with my computer. So there was actually like all last month, you know, we had some intermittent issues with my frames, which we're also going to talk about on the next slide, I guess. I didn't think about this very well. But when I was one day when I was trying to fix my issue, I like bricked my whole computer. I basically bricked it, and it wouldn't do anything. It got so messed up that I had a panic attack, guy. I was losing my mind because I was like, I'm gonna have to reset my PC. I'm gonna have to like full wipe everything and read down, you know, because I can't figure out what happened. But it's because I broke the #1 rule. And it was not that I downloaded more RAM. It was that I didn't know what was going to happen when I was doing something, and I didn't know how to undo the thing that I did. Those are the 2 rules. You're always supposed to know what's gonna happen when you do something, or you have an expectation of what's supposed to happen. Don't just do stuff on your computer saying, I don't know what this does, click. Don't do that. And then you should know how to undo the thing you're about to do if you can, you know. So I didn't do that. I didn't do either of those things. I was trying to find some, I don't even remember why, but I unhid my app data folder. Okay. And after I unhid it, I was like, you know, I'm remembering that folders are usually hidden on computers for like good reason. Let's just, and so I canceled it. I think that's where I fucked up big time. I canceled it midway, so I told it to hide the folders. I told it to apply to all the folders within it. Also stupid. And then while it was doing, I was like, ah, shit, I shouldn't do this, and I canceled it. That probably really messed it up. And so then I went to go to the device manager under the start menu. I couldn't find it. Then I noticed that there were no programs in my start menu. Then I noticed none of my apps were working at all. I would open Firefox and it showed me a weird window, a weird crash window that was like, we can't open Firefox until you close the old version of Firefox that's open. Discord would open up. I saw the command prompt for like a point second. For some reason, when I'd open Discord, the command prompt would show up. It was so messed up. Steam worked completely fine. Everything else was totally not even opening. And then I found out, or wait, no. You're surprised that Windows cares about folder CH mods? Schmods? Schmods. I don't know what a schmod is. That was reading a lot of stuff where people were saying, first of all, you shouldn't have touched the hidden folders, you dumbass. And I was like, I get it, I get that. And then it was like, and also just hiding the folders shouldn't do anything. So all these like people that were like me, that did the exact same thing as me, everyone was accusing them of doing something else. Like, you must have done something else to break your computer like this, because it doesn't matter if something's just hidden or not. Oh, okay. Schmods, like hidden and read only. Dude, I was so deep into my computer trying to fix this. I was in the command prompt PowerShell. I was loading up in safety mode, trying to type in ways to edit the attributes of the folders. Dude, I was like typing shit I didn't even understand, and I was like, I'm making it worse. I'm gonna make it worse. And I did that for like 3 hours. Well, I forget what it was, but I mean, it made sense, like vaguely what I was doing. I was like, I'm telling my computer, go to this folder, set the attribute that is this to this, you know, like, and it was saying like change it to read only or whatever. But anyways, after just literally trying so many things, I don't know, I just had an idea. I guess it just, something clicked, and I thought, hey, wait a second. Now, if the app data folder is the one that's supposed to be hidden, but maybe the folders within it aren't supposed to be hidden. Maybe it's only the one folder is hidden at the top to keep people from going into it, but all the programs and stuff need it to be visible, and so everything in it is not hidden. And I was like, I don't know, I'm just going to try that, because I've already tried every other combination of hiding and unhiding, and it worked. And so I unhid the 3 folders within app data, and suddenly everything just worked like normal. And I'm like, what So that was the problem then? But I swear to God that I told them all to not be hidden before. I don't understand. I don't even know if my computer is fixed, but I've been using it for a few days now, and everything is fine except for the intermittent the pink flashing that happens. Sometimes my screen will flash pink, guys, which I think is a different issue altogether. So that's great, right? That's great. Anyways, I broke my computer more than it was already broken, and then I fixed it accidentally. Phew. I was real close to wiping my whole computer. Hidden is simply that it has no bearing on workability. Well, I wish I could say that I knew exactly what I did, so I could say for sure, no, I unhid the folder and everything worked suddenly, right? But it could have been something else. I know for sure that it could have been something else. But I will say that unhiding the folders within app data, suddenly everything worked right again. so, and I don't even know how to Google that. Explorer even now has a show hidden. Yeah, I did that, and that's part of where it all started to go wrong, I think. So either I ramshackled my way to a solution, or I broke it and then I accidentally fixed it. Anyways, moral of the story, don't touch the app data folder, guys. Just don't touch it. Probably. If you hear that and say, I know what I'm doing, go ahead. Go ahead. But there's probably like 90% of the people probably don't touch it. I'm not gonna touch it again. Okay, wait. Also, well, no, wait, because it's related. My frames, because also part of it of like I'm getting confused just because I've messed with my computer so much trying to solve my frames issue. But I know that we have techie folks in chat. I think just streaming chats in general probably have techie people in them by nature of it, which is great because I need help. We've been having dropped frames issues. Okay, here's what I know for sure, right? They are 100% without, okay, 99% without a doubt. OBS is telling me they are network dropped frames, which means it's because of my connection and not because of my CPU or my GPU being overloaded. It's not that. It has to be my connection. But when I test my internet, I'm getting the same the upload and download speeds that I'm supposed to be getting. But I haven't actually tested it when I'm actively experiencing issues because the issues haven't been happening as much. It's pretty good. That's still something to try. And if I try that and I'm not getting it, then like that's the answer. It's just like sometimes there's like something going on where I'm at locally that's keeping me from getting what I pay for. And that should probably be the answer, I guess. But alternatively, and granted, this is me asking ChatGPT for help. But ChatGPT was like, maybe you should update your network drivers. And I was like, okay, I've never done that before. I don't even know what that is. Do a jitter test? I haven't heard of that. Is that the same thing as a network stability test? I tried one of those. A network jitter test. And I do know though that like already that I don't have a stable connection. Because even just streaming like right now, it's going from like 5 to 7,000. Because it's supposed to be at 6,000, but it's like, I don't know how much is a naturally goes up and down, but I have a feeling it's probably not great. But I will do that, and I will also do that test when I'm experiencing issues and try to compare the results between not and when I am, just so we can try to get more info. But I tried to update the network drivers and I got so confused, guys. Have you guys ever Have you ever updated your network drivers? Is that anything even worth doing? Is that just like maybe only a streamer would have to do that? I don't know. Like, feels like it's not the right answer. Anything over 10 might drop frames. No network update means no network update unless you change router speeds. Okay, you mean it won't fix unless I get better speeds, is what you mean. I think, you know, if I'm getting what I'm paying for, it's good. It's just something is happening that's making it not good. Like right now, we're good. So, yeah. But, you know, it could be, I mean, if the answer is paying like $20 more a month to get a little bit more internet so it just doesn't do that anymore, I'll fucking do it. I don't care. I'll do it now. I'm so over this. I'm so over it. Just got here. What am I talking about? What's up, DOS Wondercat? I am talking about some dropped frames issues that I've been having. And I'm kind of just going over the diagnosis, right, of what I know, what I kind of need to figure out, and getting some brainstorming from chat. So within OBS, you can open up the stats window and see more info about your stream. And if you're having dropped frames, you can see there's 3 different types of dropped frames. I didn't even know this before all this started happening. There's 3 different types. Basically, it just helps you figure out what's causing the dropped frames. But in this case, mine are my network frames. And you had to fix it. What did you do to fix yours? Because I actually didn't write everything that I've tried here, because it's just too long, and also I don't remember. But I tried updating the network drivers. That didn't even work. I don't even know how fuck to do that. It was like, you got to go to your motherboard's manufacturer and download the correct driver and blah 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 blah. And I was like, holy shit! But I'm looking at this, and if I'm reading this right, it's telling me that I last updated my drivers in 2023. And that the most recent release of them is in 2021? That doesn't even make sense. like what? So I gave up on the network drivers. I tried switching to different Twitch servers. That's like an easy fix. And I think using auto was sometimes sending me to the wrong one. Even though I was not using auto originally, and then I switched to auto because they told me that would help fix it. It didn't. So now I'm connecting to the one that I'm closest to. I tried the dynamic bitrate thing, but then during that stream, I was told that we actually looked worse, even though it didn't say I had dropped frames. But also, I don't think the dynamic bitrate thing is a good solution. That's like what you do, I feel like, if you know you're gonna have internet problems forever and there's like nothing you can do about it. So I don't think that's right either. And then I tried to enable network optimizations, but it didn't work. I don't think it did anything. Maybe it did. Okay. This is great. I'm very excited to see 2 paragraphs of tech support in my chat right now about my problem. I don't understand. Thank you guys. You're on the phone listening in. Jitter is like noise. It's like a line quality test. Network drivers never really change unless you change hardware and should auto update. Yeah, ChatGPT, fuck you, man. I don't trust that shit, man. I knew it was like, I was like, this is too convoluted of a solution. And I haven't seen anyone in all of my Googling like talking about, oh, maybe it's the network drivers. So I was like, I don't know, man. I gave up on that one. Seems like that was the right call. But under your setting, you changed the output to 1664, 930. Oh, 936, right? That is because I know Seagull, _Seagull, who's like very tech savvy. He seems to me very tech savvy. He also streamed at some points at 936p, because something that's like the realistic thing that Twitch can handle, and blah 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 blah. It's Basically the same but easier on your computer. So 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 yeah, maybe I should give that a try. Maybe if the next time I have issues, because it doesn't happen all the time, is the weird part. That's kind of more like thinking it's maybe just my local internet. We'll give that a try though next time too. Also, yeah, dynamic bitrate is like it's like an emergency situation, I think. They say to properly stream at 1080p, you need 9,000 bitrate? Really? You know, at some point in my mind, I was like 6,000 is the magic number, and I don't remember where it came from, but uh, that's good to know. You know, and I don't really play games that I feel are like the most cutting edge graphic fidelity wise. You know, we're playing like Pokemon, Minecraft, you know, so we could probably go to 936p. No one would even know. But that's a good option too. I will try the jitter test, as well as coming up with the backup solution, which might be 936p. Uh, that way I don't have to just sadly end my streams whenever they start dropping frames like crazy. But thank you all. Hopefully we can get this solved, or it'll just solve itself. I don't know. Sometimes it's like right now, it's fine. So let's move on before it becomes not fine. Everyone wants to tweak, and it's hardly necessary for networking. Networking just works. Only bad cables or dirty signals make any difference. I think mine's probably the dirty signal because I live in an apartment, and but you know I am like, well, I don't know, but yeah, I live in the apartment, so it's tough. Uh, 936p has been a game changer for you. You can focus on the stream rather than watching your OBS lag. Yeah, it is really distracting when you can see that you're dropping frames, right? It's really tough to just chill out. I just moved my OBS window down so I can't see that bottom bar. That tells me how many dropped frames. I just hide it for a bit. I should be able to see that with the jitter test. All right, Gita, thank you very much, my friend, and also DOS Cat. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Even if you didn't offer advice in chat, also I appreciate you all just listening to me whine a little bit. Okay. Next we have our one of the few recurring segments on the stream, which is the music and lyrics portion, which doesn't have a fancy name. The music and lyrics portion, yay, woo! So we will be looking at a song today, but you know, this is just for us to talk about music. I don't know, a song that you like, you're listening to, one that you have been kind of obsessed with lately, or maybe like an old one even that you used to like a lot, don't listen to now, one that you might think that I might like, or anything really at all. Basically, I just kind of one day realized, you know, my life used to have a lot more music in it, and now it doesn't. And so I want that back. And so this week's song was actually a chat request for a song. It's called Ending Theme by amazarashi. And it is a reflective, somber song, kind of told from the perspective of someone contemplating their life and life in general as they lie in the hospital bed. And it is maybe a bit of a, yeah, it's a somber song. I wouldn't say that it's a sad song, but it's a contemplative kind of song. And allow me to get it queued up for us. And what we do during these is I have the lyrics on screen, and we're just gonna listen to it. And I'm gonna, oh my gosh, I'm clicking on the wrong buttons. We're gonna listen to it and kind of check out the lyrics together and talk about any meanings afterwards. Sometimes they're like really deep and analytical, and sometimes they're just like, isn't that a nice song? So let me see here. Let me just do a quick sound test. but it is a very nice song. So we will go ahead and get started now. Um, I will do my best to scroll with the lyrics, but you know, it's kind of hard with the language barrier. But we have the Romanized lyrics on the left, and then the English lyrics on the right. So again, this is Ending Theme by amazarashi. Okay, then that was ending theme. It was also, yes, we had a random tumbleweed blow by at what an inopportune time, but they were promptly swept out, shown the door very quietly during our somber song moment. But I have a bit of some just thoughts on the song that I will read, and then we will move on. So, the song talks about wanting to be fulfilled and what that means. The cycle of fulfillment and unfulfillment, like feeling hungry and satisfied after eating, can only occur when both sides are coexisting. And, to feel the joy of eating, you have to feel the pain of being hungry. It's, that's pretty, I think it's not too deep of an analysis. They they even mentioned that kind of specifically line in the song about um, eating and feeling hungry. So, going on by avoiding a life of loss, the artist has realized that they haven't lived much of a life at all. They're living in a constant state of feeling unfulfilled. They thought that if they closed themselves off from wanting things, from chasing that feeling of fulfillment, that they would escape from this the natural suffering that comes from the cycle of chasing fulfillment. But and so then, per, by not engaging with that, they should feel happy, right? Because they aren't experiencing the ups and downs of life. It's just a constant. And they realize that they don't feel happy. They're realizing that now in the last moments of their life, I guess you could say. It's not real fully clear to me if the person in the song is actively dying right now, or if they are just contemplating their life as they're in the hospital bed. But they do seem to start to understand a new perspective, one that appreciates the lives around them and wonders if they'll feel and how people will feel about them when they're gone. I think that's something that we all wonder about. And they also know, like, even in the song, that they're running out of time, both literally and metaphorically, as in when they mentioned that there's only 18 bars left in the song. I thought that that was just, I don't know, really clever is like not an understatement. It was really, it's like symbolic, but so simple. It's like not pretentious in its language. He's just saying, I want to say more stuff. I want to redeem myself. There's not much time left. I want to sound smart, like he said in the song. There's not much time left, so in the end, he just left us with a thank you. Really, it was a great suggestion. Again, this one came from chat. Not something that I would think would typically find its way into my YouTube recommendations, but it was really refreshing being reminded of the shared human experience that we all go through. It's really inspiring to me to see, um, well, really anyone, me in particular. It's inspiring to see someone you look up to shining and doing the thing that they maybe excel at or are challenging themselves at. Um, and I don't know, it can kind of feel like, mm, maybe that person, of course, that person can do that because they're so and so, right? They are so great. They just did another great thing. So why, of course, that's so great, but I can't do something like that. Um, that's definitely not true because they are just another person like you and I having the same kind of thoughts. It's nice to be able to connect with another person like this on that kind of a level. This is not something that you would really be able to get to through a one-off conversation with someone, but even just listening to a song one time can help connect differently, which is neat. So, thank you again for the chat suggestion, chat room. And I promise I will do my best to get a good one for us to look into as well. But I appreciate the suggestions while I've been focusing on other stuff. Next, we are going to look at the last month's streams. Now, ideally, this would be when I have like all these cool clips and fun stuff for us to look at, but I don't, and I don't know, I'm going to have to come up with a punishment for myself someday in the future. But for now, I'm just chilling. We played a lot of games, so many games that I had to make the font smaller, which has never happened before. But we played the Inconveni demo, which is the Japanese convenience store, cozy convenience store demo. It's so good. You guys should check it out. We played Opus Magnum, which is a very brainy puzzle-like game, a Zachtronics game, if I remember right. Which, if I also remember right, Opus Magnum is like the easiest one out of all of those. I cannot imagine doing it any other ones. Of course, we've been playing our Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke run. That's been going pretty well. And we've played and beat Blueprints. We played a little bit of Vintage Story because I wanted to give the YouTube community a little bit of love. It seems like they seem to like Vintage Story, so I don't know. I like Vintage Story. It's just hasn't hooked me. It just hasn't hooked me. Maybe, you know, if I had another person to play with, I don't know. To, you know, not that I'm gonna make them do all the stuff that I hate, but I would be willing to do the grindy stuff that they don't like to do, you know? I'd be willing to go make tools for them and stuff, or, I don't know, go get rocks or something, and they can cook food. I hate cooking food in that game. And I don't know, it's just not very fun. But I did see their Twitter account post like a cellar full of soups and pots and different barrels, and I was like, wow, now that looks pretty cozy. We played a few demos. We had a demo day, which was really fun for me and hopefully for you all as well. We played Let Them Trade, which was a kingdom management game focused around the economy and trading within your kingdoms. It was surprisingly polished. I like I don't know. I thought I was just gonna get something forgettable, and it was really great. Trading in economic games, I always dip my toes into because I do like the idea of being a merchant in video games, but none of them have been able to do it for me personally. They're either too simple where it doesn't feel like I'm really wheeling and dealing, or they're too complicated and they have way too many numbers, and I don't feel like keeping track of how much, you know, red feathers I have and, you know, all this crazy stuff. It's too, you know, watching price trends over time and stuff. I don't know. I don't know where the line is for me personally, but we played Clover Pit, which is our low poly, cool looking gambling simulator, slot machine simulator. Knights in Tight Spaces, which is a deck building combat kind of game, which is on a grid, very cool. That game's actually already out. We played A Webbing Journey, which is a game where you play as a cute little spider and make cute little webs around this cute little house. And surprise, surprise, you do cute little things. And by the way, for A Webbing Journey, these I say this jokingly, these motherfucking devs changed the sliding puzzle to be easier after people complained it was too hard. And I want to say, I did it. We did it, chat. We beat the Webbing Journey sliding puzzle pre-patch before before it was made easier. My gaming accomplishments might not be as cool as Moon's beating Terraria Master Mode and Doom Eternal on hardcore, whatever the fuck. But we can add a Webbing Journey sliding puzzle pre-patch to it. Yeah! We also played Fantasy Life. The Girl Who Steals Time, which I mistakenly multiple times said was a remake, but later found out it's a sequel. So that game is pretty cool, although I've kind of lost interest because it got like too story focused. It sounds so weird, but legitimately the game got better, but I don't like it because I wanted the game to just be go around, grind stuff, and level up your job. But this now it's like a story game with lots of other stuff and like house building, and I'm like, this is great, but not what I wanted. So I'm out. We played Dinkum, which is like Animal Crossing mixed with Australia, which is doing it a bit of a disservice. Also, I didn't really get to play it fully because I was tired. And then we played Pokerogue. I've been playing Pokerogue like every day. Also, I've been playing Slither like every day. Slither IO. I'm addicted to Slither and Pokerogue. I'm becoming an old man gamer who just plays these one-off things for like an hour and then does something else. But all of that combined added up to being 53 hours of gaming, which, I don't know. It's kind of neat to look back, but the only thing that I look when I see this list is, February is when Avowed came out, isn't it? At 91 hours. And then March was, that's when we were finishing Avowed, wasn't it? So the rest of them are pretty consistent, I guess. 51, 41, and 53. That's interesting to me. Next. What is next month? What is next month, guys? Next month, RimWorld is returning. Hooray! There are 2 RimWorld, playthroughs in my mind. We're going to be doing a max difficulty run just to see if I can beat it. There's no theme, minimal mods, just me, chat, versus Tynan and RimWorld. And then I had another RP scenario where it's on a lower difficulty, where I play as a faction of raiders who have modified organs to allow them to breathe toxic gas and air that use poisonous weapons and gas bombs and live in filth with robots, causing pollution. Which to me, I'm going to be honest, that sounds like a lot more fun than the max difficulty run. But basically, we're going to be trash raiders, and we're going to make everyone mad with our pollution. We're going to kill them when they come to try to stop our pollution, and then we're going to burn their bodies and cause more pollution. Hooray! And if we can even get so far, we might be able to get psychic powers to then make chambers filled with a certain... sorry, wait, hold on. To make enclosed rooms with... pressurized chemical air. I'm really trying not to use the G word. I'm really trying to avoid saying gas chambers. We're gonna make some gas chambers in RimWorld, guys, but they're gonna be full of rotting people smell instead of mustard gas. Does that make it better? Probably not. Our Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke runs will be continuing on Saturdays. We just made it to the 7th gym. We're ready to dip our toes into that, and then I think we have to go back to Goldenrod and then go to the 8th gym. And then we'll be ready to go to the Elite Four, and then I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm probably gonna die. We have Quartet, which is a demo that I've wanted to play. It's that multi-person JRPG-like game that I've mentioned a few times. It's coming out. It's got its release date. It's later this year. So we still have plenty of time to play the demo. Pokemon Scarlet, I might pick up and do a one-off stream of if that's all right with you all, because I want to grind for a new team in Pokemon, and I don't want to do the story after doing the whole game on stream and then do the story off stream. I don't want to end it off stream, so I randomly am going to have to just stream Pokemon Scarlet for like a few days and then gonna go back to never streaming it again, probably. It's weird. It's weird. I think about what Shiori said one time. She was like, once you start archiving, it's kind of hard. It makes it hard to enjoy stuff. It makes it hard to do stuff normally. And I was like, I so get that. Because I definitely feel like I can't play Pokemon Scarlet without you guys. Around June 20th, we'll be playing Parcel Simulator because, one, I was just so impressed at the polish of that simulator game. Me being a bit of a simulator connoisseur at this point. So we're going to be checking that one out. Plus, we just got to have the occasional simulator chill out time. And hopefully there'll be even more weird indie ones coming out soon. I'm going to be keeping my eyes open. So we can do some more one-off things during the week. And I think with that, that is it. So that is it for our May Mashed Potato Monthly. Thank you all for joining me and chatting, and thank you for the tech advice. You know, I had remembered, you know, that 936p thing, and then I totally forgot about it. So I'm so glad that I was reminded about that. And I've seen the word jitter test, but I don't think it ever occurred to me that I should try that. I'll be trying that too when I'm having issues. Maybe I should also try it, yeah, now, like when I'm not having issues, and so we can compare them. Yes. But I pulled a bit of a debate, chat. We are doing RimWorld literally right after this stream. So the coming soon TM for the first time was actually really soon this time. It's now. You can see all the stuff that we talked about and will talk about in the future on YouTube right there. You can follow me on Twitter so I can stop being DM'd by Japanese bots trying to get me to open up some kind of line account. And if you're watching on Twitch, you're already here. Don't worry about that other one. So afterwards, like I said, after this, it's RimWorld time. I'm going to end the stream, take a 5-minute break, and then I'll be booting back up with our max difficulty run, because it's probably going to be multiple. All right, chat. Thank you all again. I will see you in, a little bit. Why don't we just make it the stream start at 3, huh? That sounds good to me. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Mashed Potato. Okay, I'm glad that you guys agree. Cool. Thank you all again. And I will see you in a little bit. Hopefully the stream doesn't get fucked up. Goodbye.